Brisbane is the capital of and most populated city in the Australian state of Queensland, and the third most populous city in Australia. Brisbane's metropolitan area has a population of over 2.5 million, and the South East Queensland metropolitan region, centred on Brisbane, encompasses a population of more than 3.6 million. The Brisbane Central Business District is situated inside a peninsula of the Brisbane River, about 15 kilometers from its mouth at Moreton Bay, a bay of the Coral Sea. The metropolitan area extends in all directions along the hilly floodplain of the Brisbane River Valley between Moreton Bay and the Taylor and Dagula mountain ranges. It sprawls across several of Australia's most populous local government areas, most centrally the city of Brisbane, the most populous LGA in the nation. The demonym of Brisbane is Brisbaneite, while common nicknames include Brissy and River City. One of the oldest cities in Australia, Brisbane was founded upon the traditional lands of the Turrbal people who named the area Meanjin. The city is named for the Brisbane River on which it stands, which is in turn named for Sir Thomas Brisbane, the Governor of New South Wales at the time of the city's founding. The Moreton Bay Penal Settlement was founded in 1824 at Redcliffe as a place for secondary offenders from the Sydney colony, and soon moved to North Quay in 1825, opening to free settlement in 1842. Brisbane was chosen as the capital when Queensland separated from New South Wales in 1859. During World War II, Brisbane played a central role in the Allied campaign and served as the Southwest Pacific headquarters for United States Army General Douglas MacArthur. A diverse city with 32.2% of its metropolitan population being foreign-born, Brisbane is classified as a global city and ranks highly in ratings of livable cities. Brisbane is known for its distinct Queenslander architecture and its outdoor dining and cuisine culture. Brisbane was also the origin of the Anzac Day tradition through the works of Canon David John Garland. A transportation hub, Brisbane is served by a large suburban rail network, popular bus and ferry networks, as well as Australia's third busiest airport and seaport. Brisbane has hosted major events including the 1982 Commonwealth Games, World Expo 88 and the 2014 G20 Summit. While a final announcement has not been made, due to being awarded preferred bidder status by the International Olympic Committee, Brisbane will likely host the 2032 Summer Olympics. Brisbane is a popular tourist destination. Major landmarks and attractions include South Bank Parklands, the Queensland Cultural Centre, the Story Bridge, Fortitude Valley, the Riverwalk Network, the Dagula National Park, Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, Mount Coota Reserve and Moreton Bay. Aboriginal Australians lived in coastal southeast Queensland for at least 22,000 years, with an estimated population between 6,000 and 10,000 individuals before European settlers arrived in the 1820s. At this time the Brisbane area was inhabited by the Turrbal people, who knew the area that is now the Central Business District as Meanjin, meaning place shaped as a spike. Archaeological evidence suggests frequent habitation around the Brisbane River, and notably at the site now known as Musgrave Park. Matthew Flinders initially explored the Moreton Bay area on behalf of the British authorities. On the 17th of July 1799, Flinders landed at present-day Woody Point, which he named Redcliffe Point, after the red-coloured cliffs visible from the bay. In 1823, the Governor of New South Wales, Sir Thomas Brisbane, gave instructions for the development of a new northern penal settlement be developed, and an exploration party led by John Oxley further explored Moreton Bay in November 1823. Oxley claimed, named, and explored the Brisbane River as far as Goodna, 20 kilometers south, which offered a more reliable water supply. The newly selected Brisbane region, at the time, was plagued by mosquitoes. After visiting the Redcliffe settlement, Sir Thomas Brisbane then travelled 45 kilometres up the Brisbane River in December 1824. Governor Brisbane stayed overnight in a tent and often landed ashore, thus bestowing upon the future Brisbane city the distinction of being the only Australian capital city visited by its namesake. Chief Justice Forbes gave the new settlement the name of Edanglassi before it was named Brisbane. Non-convict European settlement of the Brisbane region commenced in 1838 and the population grew strongly thereafter, with free settlers soon far outstripping the convict population. German missionaries settled at Zion's Hill, Nandar as early as 1837, 5 years before Brisbane was officially declared a free settlement. The band consisted of ministers Christopher Ipper, Karl Wilhelm Schmidt, and lay missionaries Haussmann, Johann Gottfried Wagner, Necke, Hartenstein, Zillmann, Franz, Rode, Doger and Schneider. They were allocated 260 hectares in Set.